I hadn't heard of the Singing Sword until I found a script called QO390 Singing Sword. This script was taken from the game files and decompiled into a readable format. From a bit of research, I found it's a mysterious sword that's been referenced a few times throughout the Fable trilogy. The sword apparently sings so perfectly, or so poorly, that it defeats enemies that nobody really knew until now. This unimplemented script is a quest script, and I've looked through it and tried to figure out what would have happened. From what I can tell, the following happens. The hero encounters someone called Esmeralda, who I assume encourages the hero to enter a cave called the Henge Pit for whatever reason. The Henge Pit is located within Brightwood. I assume this place is a cave, as it seems to be filled with spikes, flit switches, 2 puzzles, and a very special monster. The first puzzle seems to be a bit odd. It seems that the hero just has to perform rude emotes to the statues, and then they deactivate. The second puzzle is relatively simple. The player must rotate statues so that they face in certain directions. The final challenge is that special monster I mentioned earlier. It's called a Mega Chicken. Once you defeat the Mega Chicken, you receive the fabled Singing Sword, which is named Julian. When you get the sword, it talks to you, though the voice lines are not in the game. You then have the choice to return the sword to Esmeralda, who is apparently a witch, or to kill Esmeralda and keep the sword for yourself. If you keep the sword, villagers will occasionally comment on it. On a somewhat off-topic note, the quest gives the player an item called Object Inventory Weapon _TH Greatsword. I assume this is a placeholder weapon, but it still exists within the game. Here's what it looks like. Now, back to the quest. Fortunately enough, some of the dialogue relating to the sword is actually still in the game files, though none of it is from the sword or the quest itself, but just the reactions of villagers. These audio files actually confirm that the sword was, in fact, out of tune. Either that, or the villagers of Albion have a very poor taste in music. Here are those sound files.
Wow! It's a sword that sings! Amazing!
Put that stupid sword away, will you? I can't take any more of that singing.
But how can a sword sing? It must be some kind of magic.
That sword of yours is way out of tune.
You tried giving your sword some singing lessons?
Oh, if only that sword's voice were more graceful, it would doubtless be the most marvellous artifact in all Albion.
A singing sword? That is nothing. I own a very rare set of dancing spoons.
Oh, please, who are you trying to kid? I can see your lips moving.
Can't you make the damn thing stop? It's driving me crazy!
I don't suppose that sword takes requests. Like, shut up!
I'd rather you kill me with that thing than made me listen to it anymore.
Does your sword know the Hob song?
Oh, singing swords are so last year. It's all about poem reciting slippers now.
Well, what a remarkable piece of weaponry! So sharp and yet so tone-deaf.